Hello guys, it is Creative Theories here, and we are currently in the long waiting gap between series for The Dumping Ground. There doesn't seem to be really any news for 9B, so I thought today we'd look at something I've been thinking about for a while now and would love to see become a reality. Currently, the future of the DG is very uncertain. It will most likely get another series as it's so popular, but there's always the question of whether the show should end just because it's been so long. Especially with next series being the 10th, I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to close the show forever. And if you want to know more about when the Dumping Ground might end, I will link a video down below in the description, or you can go and click the card up there to a video all about that. But with Tracy Beaker now returning in yet another spin-off show, it looks like the Dumping Ground franchise is still on everyone's minds, and so today I thought I'd propose what the next Dumping Ground spin-off could be. A whole spin-off show focusing on Jody Jackson. But before we go any further into looking at what this show might look like, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time I make any brand new Dumping Ground videos. Firstly, why a Jody spin-off and not another character? So far, all there's ever been in this franchise is Tracy Beaker-centered spin-offs, and then The Dumping Ground was kind of just like a huge spin-off in itself for many characters who fans loved. But I reckon Jody could be the first character that isn't Tracy to be worthy of a spin-off. She is arguably the most popular character in The Dumping Ground, and by far the longest reigning character in that show. And even though the franchise may focus on Tracy Beaker, Jody has basically by now been in as many, if not more episodes than Tracy herself. The character is also clearly well loved by the show, else they wouldn't have kept her on for this long. She was the first character, apart from Tracy of course, to get their own solo movie, being Jody in Wonderland. She always has a main story arc and an episode dedicated to her in every series, and this has gone as far as series intros and finales focusing on her as a character. And most importantly, it looks like Kia Pegg loves playing the character as well, as she's always talking and posting about fan edits of Jody. In 2022, she will have been playing the character for 10 years, so she may want to give it up or even just take a break, but it all still leaves potential for her to take Jody in a new era. So, what could a Jody spin-off look like? I think it's reasonable to assume this spin-off will take place after Jody has left Ashton Ridge. It could take place straight after she's left and we see how she copes living away on her own, or, depending on when the show comes out, it could be a few years later after leaving. Whether it will be the end of the Dumping Ground and this show takes its place, or they run simultaneously so crossovers can happen, I'm not sure yet. The main plot points the show will focus on are of course boxing, anger issues and therapy, friendships, relationship with Tyler, being out of care and living on your own, and family troubles. Jody is such a complex character with lots of development that I reckon this could be very interesting, and the possibilities of where the show could go would be endless. With that, Jody has links with almost every single character from the entirety of Tracy Beaker Returns and The Dumping Ground, which with a quick count is well over 50 potential characters, ranging from care kids to care workers and just general people who she has ever came across. Over the years, we've seen the character be close with Tyler, Finn, Sasha, Carmen, Elektra, and many more just to name a few. So, lots of these characters could potentially return in this spin-off. The only thing I don't want from this show is to be a Jody Jackson Returns, by which I mean Jody returns to Ashton Ridge years later and works as a care worker. It would be an easy option, but personally I don't think it would necessarily fit with the character, apart from instances like the boss from Series 7, and it's already been done with Tracy, and this isn't meant to be a repeat spin-off. But there's one thing I'd love for this potential spin-off to do that no other show in the franchise has ever done, and that is make it not for kids. At the end of the day, the shows are all about kids in care, and sure, it can show some accurate descriptions of what living in care is like, but the truth is, the shows have all been limited by the fact they premiere on Cbbc. And what I love about these shows is when they go that extra bit more serious and go into more darker and harsher realities that some care kids can face. I think the closest we ever got to this was in Tracy Beaker Returns, even the episode Jody first appears in, because nowadays The Dumping Ground is very light and happy. If the show was rated 12 or 15 and premiered on another BBC platform rather than Cbbc, it could mean that the plots could go into more complex and darker stories that Cbbc just couldn't air. As well as the character is reaching its 10-year anniversary soon, meaning this show could easily be for an older audience who have grown up alongside Jody, just like myself. And I think this fits with Jody's character perfectly, especially with aspects like her anger issues and therapy and with her family. A Jody spin-off could have the ability to show more troubling sides Care Kids face and really see the horrifying things Kingsley has done, delving more into the mother's selfishness and Luke trying to keep the family together. And since Jody and Tyler would be older, it could look at their relationship in a more mature way that Cbbc could just never do. I think in the end, a Jody spin-off has so much potential as long as it isn't limited by age restrictions or other factors. And I think it would be so interesting to see Kia Pegg star as the main character of a full-length show. It just really excites me thinking about this, so if anyone at the Dumping Ground or Cbbc is watching this, please make this a reality. But anyway guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let me know down below in the comments, do you think this is ever possible? Do you think at some point we could get a Jody spin-off? And if we do, what do you reckon it will be about? Do you agree with me it should be aimed for more older kids who have grown up with the show? Or do you think they should keep it to Cbbc? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments and any other characters who you think deserve a spin-off. I can think of many others that could, and if you want me to make videos on them, just let me know by telling me down below in the comments. And as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.